Hello, wonderful out there. This is Ukonu. I welcome you back to today's BrainBoxSeries. And today's series we're considering a topic titled "You Don't Need Closure, You Need Acceptance." Now, what if the reason you can't move on isn't because you lack closure, but because you are waiting for something that may never come? And one thing you must understand is that we've all been there, replaying conversations in our mind, reading old messages, and asking the same exhausting questions. Why did it end? We convince ourselves that if we could just get one more explanation, one more apology, or one more conversation, we'll finally find what? Peace. But here is the hard truth that we must understand, that closure is often what? A myth. And sometimes we wait for it like a key that will unlock healing, yet many people never receive it. Some relationships end without explanation, some betrayers are never acknowledged, and some apologies are never given. And sometimes the person who hurts you simply doesn't have the emotional capacity to provide the answers that you are seeking. And so if closure isn't guaranteed, then how do you move forward? That's a very important question. Now, one thing we must understand is that there must be acceptance over closure, because closure depends on someone else. Acceptance depends on you. Now, when you wait for closure, you hand over control of your healing to other persons. You remain emotionally tied to their actions, their words, and their willingness to respond. But acceptance shifts that power backwards into your hands, because acceptance is not about agreeing with what happened, or it's not about pretending the pain didn't exist, and it's certainly not about excusing harmful behavior. But what is it all about? Acceptance simply means acknowledging reality as it is, not as you wish it were to be. Now, it's saying to you that this actually happened, and I may never fully understand why. That is exactly what is saying to you. But I choose to move forward anyway. And why we crave most times for closure is that humans naturally we seek resolution of our mind, because our minds are wired to complete unfinished work, which is why unanswered questions linger so painfully. We believe that understanding the why will erase the hurt, yet even when explanations are given, they rarely provide the peace we expect, because sometimes the search for closure becomes a way of holding on, an emotional attachment disguised as a need for understanding. It keeps us revisiting the past instead of building the future, because the freedom found in acceptance is that acceptance is liberating, because it doesn't require permission. The moment you accept what happened, you release yourself from the cycle of waiting, hoping, and relieving the pain all over again. Because that's what a lot of people are in. With acceptance, what does it do for you? You stop chasing answers that may never come. And with acceptance, you reclaim your emotional energy, because you have self-accepted what already happened. You create space for healing, and you create space for new beginning. You think of it like closing a book yourself, instead of waiting for the author to finish the last chapter. The story may feel incomplete, but your life doesn't have to remain on pause because of it. Practical steps we need to understand to embrace acceptance. What are those practical steps? Number one is to acknowledge reality. Stop resisting what has already happened, because healing begins when you face the truth without denial. Number two is that you need to release the need for answers, because you need to understand that some questions will remain unanswered, and that's okay. Peace does not depend on explanation. It doesn't depend on explanation. And number three is that take back your power. Remind yourself that your healing is not dependent on another person's actions. Neither is it dependent on another person's word. Number four, you need to reframe the experience. Instead of asking, why did this happen to me? Ask, what can I learn from this? Number five, you need to choose to move forward. Acceptance is a decision you make daily. Each step forward, no matter how small, It is what? Your freedom. So if you're waiting for a final conversation, if you're waiting for an apology or an explanation, consider this the peace you're searching for. Is someone else's, because you're already within what you can, because you don't need closure to heal. You don't need all the answers or to move on. You don't need the past or to make sense or for you to build a meaningful future. What you truly need is acceptance. That's exactly what you need, because once you need to understand that closure is something you hope to receive, acceptance is something you choose, and the moment you choose it, you set yourself free. That is just the basic but true. So what is that thing that you've been holding on to? It's time for you to liberate yourself. It's time for you to set yourself free. Choose acceptance instead of waiting for closure. You own that book. Don't wait for the author to give you the last chapter. You can close the book yourself and determine the chapter where you want it to end. So nobody holds it. Don't pray for that acceptance. Don't place yourself closure. Don't place yourself in the hands of somebody else. Now, because you own that's acceptance, accept it, and you see yourself you move forward and not holding yourself back. At the same time, when the other person you're expecting to come to you have already moved ahead of you. Now it is possible for you to be better. It is possible for you to accept yourself back, irrespective of what has happened. And it is possible for you to attain any height or to do anything you want to out of life and to be who you want to be. Because impossible will always say, what I am possible. Activate your brain box today. Thank you.